So when we're eating, we have an influence on our hormones. Basically, we're telling our bodies what to do when it comes to hormones. When we're fasted and we're not eating, our hormones are influencing us. So what exactly do I mean by that? The amount of insulin that the body will be forced to secrete is dependent on the food that I'm consuming and when I'm consuming it. If I am eating something, I'm basically giving the body no choice but to secrete hormone, insulin. Because of that, I'm also influencing the amount of growth hormone I have, because during a fasted state, growth hormone is elevated to preserve muscle. Therefore, by influencing by eating a meal, what I'm eating and when I'm eating, I start a whole cascade of basically forced pathways that the body has to do because I'm introducing food. Now, if we step back and we're no longer eating for a bit, what happens is that this is the time where your body decides what to do on a hormonal level. Okay, so let's say the body wants to go and work and perform some task, possibly attacking a problematic area that might become a disease, problematic cells. There's a lot of debris and old junk when it comes to cellular material that needs to be cleaned out. All of these things, when we step back and we stop eating, the body knows better than us the priorities of how to optimize our health. So once you're in a fasted state, okay, this is the time where a lot of the recalibration of your hormones can happen. That's why when you're fasting, it's a way of reversing type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance. Okay, it's a way of recalibrating your leptin response, because people can get leptin resistance. So it's very important to understand that the body is smarter than us. It knows the priorities. We don't know our priorities. Okay, what we often do is not strategically smart when it comes to optimal health. But when we step back, the body has its own mechanism to recalibrate things. It gives the body a rest from digestion and allows it to do other things. We're talking about stem cell rejuvenation. We're talking about growth hormone going up. We're talking about luteinizing hormone going up. We're talking about a cascade of beneficial hormones that seem to all sort themselves out once we stop doing something, okay, called eating. So when we eat, unfortunately, that's an inflammatory process. The food we eat, okay, causes inflammation. And that's why constant eating just keeps you inflamed, all right? So naturally, eating less will naturally help reduce inflammation. Okay, it's not the only thing that causes inflammation. Your inflammation won't go completely away, but it definitely has an anti-inflammatory effect to take a break from the constant eating. Is that the calibration of your hormones and a lot of the cleaning, the detoxing, the rebooting your body is done automatically by your body, but it can only be done once you stop eating and you're in a fasted state. Anytime you're eating, you are forcing your body to secrete certain hormones that you might not be aware of, but it might not be a good time to be secreting certain things. So we're eating and we're eating and we're eating, and the body might want to prioritize other things, but it's always forcing the body to come back to digestion. It's forcing it always to be working on an anabolic building phase, and the body wants to be in a catabolic phase where it can recalibrate everything, where it can clean out debris, where it can recycle material, where it can go after